Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Monday, and it is March 10th, and this is my morning video where I like to take a look at all of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and also a few of the JPY pairs. If you haven't done so already, definitely do check out my free Discord trading community, link down here in the corner and in the description of the video. Also, don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, if you'd like to get access to all the benefits listed below and more. So, anyways, first thing first is I always like to check the news calendar. There's definitely nothing on the news calendar for today at all. And one thing keep in mind is that America did change their clocks ahead last night, so spring forward. And Europe and the UK has not, so there's only going to be 4 hours difference between the UK and New York instead of 5 hours difference. So definitely keep that in mind for the New York session this week. So nothing today. Tomorrow we have job openings for the dollar. That's definitely a pretty decent one. And then Wednesday we got CPI inflation data coming out. That is a very good news event. We also have interest rate for the Canadian, and that's another really good one. PPI, core PPI is a pretty decent one. Unemployment claims for the dollar. We got pound GDP, and then we also have consumer sentiment and inflation expectations this week. So definitely a decent amount of pretty red level, nice mover, market mover potential news events. So anyways, I always like to start off on the US dollar index. US dollar index I do think is very, very likely over the next several months to continue to make lower lows, lower highs on this weekly time frame. I still think that the dollar index is going to go down to about the 100% Fibonacci extension of wave A, projected out the top of wave B for what I think is a wave C. So if that's true, then we had to expect the same type of move on all the dollar pairs. Now going down to more like the daily time frame, I do agree that it could possibly be starting a pullback, maybe even a pretty decent pullback this week. But the most recent structure is way up here, so as long as it doesn't break that structure, anything we see to the upside should be looked at as nothing more than a correction to the last wave down. So definitely keep that in mind. Moving on to the euro dollar. Now, I totally agree with anybody that thinks that the dollar pairs should make a pullback this week. It definitely looks like they should. We're sitting at the 61%. But we have to keep in mind there's really no proof of a pullback starting yet. I mean, this could just make a little teeny pullback and just keep on trending up. The trend is definitely up, especially on the very high time frames. So keep in mind that yes, it looks like we're due for a pullback, and it would be nice to see a nice proper ABC like this that we could go long on, but it potentially might just make a little teeny pullback and just continue the uptrend. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, I don't even see a break of structure on the 1 hour. My break of structure level is way down here. Once it breaks, or if it breaks that level, I would throw my Fibonacci retracement on the whole move up. Now it definitely does have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 state that you see at the end of every trend. So and we're at an important Fibonacci level, so I do think it would logically make sense for this to pull back. But I also know that when you're in a strong trend, a strong wave three trend, sometimes you think that a pullback is due and then it just makes a little push down and then it just keeps on trending up. So until or unless it goes down and breaks this structure, I would definitely still be recommending longs in an uptrend. Moving on to the pound dollar, same type of thing. The pound dollar definitely is sitting at a Fibonacci level. 61% is a very important level. It would make a lot more sense to me if this thing went down for potentially, several days before we get another push to the upside. But just like the other pairs, we don't really know that to be true. I mean, it could just make a little teeny pullback and just continue to make these higher highs, higher lows on these higher time frames. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, yes, we are going down right now. My structure level is still right here. That's where I would say that that's the end of a five-way pattern to the upside. So if we get a break of this structure, the first thing I would do is throw my Fibonacci retracement on the whole move. Until we get a break of that structure, we can't really say that the trend is over. This move down could potentially just be like an A, B, and now we're in a wave C, and then it just turns right back up and continues the uptrend. So keep an eye on your structure. If it breaks that structure, throw your Fibonacci retracement on the whole move, expecting someplace between a 38 and a 78% pullback. If it doesn't break that structure, then keep an eye on this move down just in case it does make a higher low and it does just keep on trending up, which is definitely possible. Moving on to the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar is definitely a little different than the other dollar pairs, but same type of thing. I still think this could be like a wave one, wave two. It would make a little bit more sense to me if it did go down a little bit, make it more of like a proper one, two, three pullback for the wave two before it went up and made a big old wave three. So we do have to keep an eye out for a possible pullback on this one, maybe like a wave C on shorter time frames. Going down to the 1 hour, definitely looks like an uptrend, definitely looks like a downtrend, probably a wave A. I got my Fibonacci retracement on this move down. We're probably in a wave B right now, so keep an eye on your fib levels. I don't know what fib level it will turn at, but I think there's a very good chance that it will turn at one of these levels and probably go down and make a wave C, making a more proper ABC correction before it actually does end up continuing the uptrend. Just make sure that you see a good reaction at a Fibonacci level before you even think about going short, because just like any of the other dollar pairs, it could potentially just keep on going up. So moving on to the US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD is another one that I'm kind of hoping makes something like this before it actually does make the big push down, making like a wave one, wave two, and then a wave three. So I'm hoping to see something along those lines on the US dollar CAD. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame. I think this first push down over here is the A. I think that this is a B. I got my Fibonacci retracement from here to here, but the wave B possibly could be over. If the wave B is over, then it probably would go down for a wave C. So it'd be an A, B, C, probably an A, B, C of B, like I showed on the daily time frame. This big push up here would be the A, and then once this wave B is complete, the three waves of B, we'll probably get another pretty decent uptrend for the bigger wave C. Hopefully this is all an A, B, C of 2 on the daily time frame. So I would expect to see something along those lines for that. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss has been an extremely strong one or weak one to the downside, however you want to look at it. For me, the last structure level is way up here, so even if it does start a move to the upside, I would say that it very, very likely is nothing more than a correction to the last wave down. So if it does start up, I would throw my Fibonacci retracement on here, and I would definitely still primarily continue to look for shorts in a downtrend. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, technically we don't even have a break of structure on the 1 hour, but I think it probably will break structure. So first thing I would do is on my Fibonacci and the series of where the series of lower lows, lower highs started, which is definitely right here. The lower lows, lower highs didn't start way up here because you have a break up. But anyways, if it does go up, that's great news for us because that should hopefully give us some sort of a three-way pullback over the next first couple of days of the week, maybe to the 50 to 61% before we continue the downtrend. So if it does break up, I personally would still be focused on shorts at the end of three-way pullbacks for hopefully the continuation of the downtrend. And moving on to gold. Gold actually has been extremely sideways for pretty much the whole week last week. Kind of seems to me like it should be a wave A. It seems like this should be like an A, B, C, or B, and it seems like it should go down again to complete what I think is an A, B, C of wave 4 to match this wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3, A, B, C of 4, and then potentially back up for a wave 5 to complete the trend that actually starts way back here in the middle of November. So hopefully that's how that plays out. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. So to me, on the higher time frames, it looks like we potentially should go. Maybe we'll pop up a little bit to complete this ABC here, but it seems like it should potentially go down, take out all these lows, and then potentially go up. And this would be like a wave A, this would be a B, and this would be a C. And this would all be an ABC of B on the higher time frames. Wave A would be down here, maybe 78 or 88% fib bounce for the continuation down for the bigger wave C. So just like what I drew on the daily, impulse it down wave A, three waves up wave B, and then eventually impulse it down again for wave C is what I'm hoping to see on gold also. I think there's a good chance gold probably will go down probably over the first couple of days and take out some structure, finishing off the wave B of B before it goes up for a wave C of wave B. So keep that in mind. Moving on to the US dollar yen. US dollar yen is in a very strong downtrend. We are at the 61% Fibonacci retracement on this whole move up, which should be a pretty important area of support. But even if it does start up, which it probably will, I would definitely be looking at it as nothing more than a correction to the last wave down. As long as it doesn't go up and break structure, it very likely will just make another three-wave pullback and another continuation of the downtrend. Moving on to the 1 hour time frame. So we really don't even have a break of structure up yet, which tells me that really it may not even be in a pullback. It just might be in the middle of a downtrend. So don't really, I wouldn't be recommending any longs, that's for sure. But if it does go up, which hopefully it does, hopefully the dollar does go up the first couple of days, giving us some sort of a three-way pullback, maybe up to a Fibonacci retracement level for the continuation of the downtrend. I just want to make it clear that this thing does not have to make a pullback. It could potentially just go and go and go. So hopefully it does make a three-way pullback because that would give us a great opportunity to go short. But keep in mind that it doesn't have to. So that's why I wouldn't be trying to trade to the long side. But instead, I would just be holding shorts or potentially looking for more shorts. Moving on to the Euro Yen. Euro Yen is a very strong one, mostly because of the Euro. I still think there's a very good chance that this is just an ABC correction, especially looking at the pound yen for correlation. We definitely did go up and make a double top, so I think there's a good chance that it may just end up starting a downtrend. I mean, the trend is definitely still down on the JPY pairs and definitely still up on the JPY basket. So moving down to the 1 hour time frame, I think there's a very good chance it's going to keep going down. Hopefully, this is a wave one. Maybe it will pop up again, make it more of like a proper A, three waves a B, up for a C, for a two. But I think overall, our main focus should be on shorts because it does look like this could be a wave C on the higher time frames. And if it is, then we probably already have a high, or maybe it will go up and make a double top. But either way, I think there's a good chance that we should be keeping an eye out for the continuation of this bigger downtrend from the daily, weekly time frame. And moving on to the pound yen. Pound yen, like I said, for correlation, definitely looks like we possibly already have an ABC, impulsive up wave A, kind of a three-wave move down for wave B, impulsive up wave C, lower low wave C, which definitely does happen sometimes. Looks like we're already back into the downtrend. So I definitely would be looking for shorts. There's no proof whatsoever that the trend is up. The trend is definitely still down. Oh yeah, look at that. Now last week on my videos, we were in this area down here, and I said, "Oh, it looks like it needs to go up and make a wave C," and that's pretty much exactly what happened. Went up and made a wave C, hit to 61%, and now we're back into the downtrend. Hopefully, this is a wave one, this is a wave two, and we're in a wave three, which should be the continuation of the downtrend on the much higher time fades. So, anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. And as always, don't forget to join my free Discord trading community. And thank you for watching and happy trading.